You're listening to Catholic Chicago. Ahead, the Archdiocese of Chicago brings you programs about the people, events, and issues that touch our lives. Thanks for letting us be part of your morning. Now again, Catholic Chicago.
Good morning and welcome to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann and we extend a warm hello to all who are listening on WNDZ 750 AM here in Chicago and all who are watching our live stream on YouTube and Facebook at Catholic Chicago. We're kicking off the holiday season here on the Voice of Charity today. Our 74th annual celebration of giving is underway, and we're so fortunate to have two of its leaders here to tell us how it's going so far again this year. With us today is Emily Lewis, Catholic Charities Volunteer Relations Project Manager. And Emily is leading the celebration of giving this year along with Andrew McKernan, and they're doing a phenomenal job already. Also joining us is Judy Kendzior, who is a member of Catholic Charities Board of Advisors. Judy is a tremendously generous, dynamic volunteer for the celebration of giving. And so we welcome you, both Emily and Judy.
Hi, thanks for having us today.
Thank you so much for being with us. Emily, can we start with you? Could you please share with our audience, again, a little bit about the history of the celebration of giving?
Yeah, for sure. So this is our 74th annual celebration of giving program. So it's been going on for quite some time. And originally it stemmed from the Catholic Charities Adoptive Parents Guild, which comprised of parents who had adopted children through Catholic Charities. And so the concept was to provide gifts around the holidays to children who had not been adopted. So each year, the program grew and it went from service area to service area. And here we are today, serving over 40 different programs across the agency.
It's so remarkable. And you had an astounding number of gifts that you collected last year, Emily. Can you share with our audience what that total was?
Yeah, we collected over 9,000 gifts in 2020.
That's fantastic. And are you hoping for that same goal this year?
Yeah, we've actually made an increase, 35% to be exact, in our need for gifts this year and families looking to participate in the program.
Yes, of course. With the pandemic, Catholic Charities' number of clients has doubled and tripled in some cases, and so are the total number of participants in the program has no doubt increased as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, we're reaching out to anybody and everybody across Chicago and the suburbs, asking them to join in the celebration of giving and participate in this fabulous program that brings joy to people who might not otherwise have anything to open on Christmas Day, right?
Yes. If you are looking to get involved, you can visit us at CatholicCharities.net/celebration to learn more about the program. The phone number you could also use to contact us if you're interested in participating is 312-655-7401. And then if you also are interested, we have a Lake County program, and the phone number for Lake County is 847-782-4210. Lastly, if you are looking to connect over email, if you email us at cog@catholiccharities.net, we will promptly get back to you and tell you how you can get involved in this wonderful program.
So it's a wonderful extension of generosity from people all over Chicago and the suburbs. How is it logistically coordinated so that folks who fill out wish lists get the right gifts in time for Christmas? How does that happen?
Yeah, so Andrew and I partner with the caseworkers across the different programs participating in Celebration of Giving, and they really just give us a list of the families that they work with in need. And they comprise a wish list that, has gifts, household items, things that you may expect to see under the Christmas tree, but also things that they just are in need of, especially in the winter, this time of year. And so after we meet with the caseworkers and connect with them about the wish list, we then connect with donors and volunteers and our board members to create the program each year and to match families in need with donors so that they get their wish lists and get to go shopping and participate in the holiday giving.
And I know it's quite humbling in many cases for you to read these wish lists because it's not, expensive toys and it's not great expectations at all. And oftentimes it's coats and it's hats and it's gloves and it's socks. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah. No, it ranges from the fun, popular toys of the year to the essentials.
And so the toys are collected and all the gifts are collected, and you have a tremendous a way of organizing it all in sometimes a warehouse. Sometimes last year it was right at 721 North LaSalle, correct?
Partially, yes. We also had the warehouse space last year and were able to operate, with COVID procedures. It was a little different, but yeah, a lot of work does happen at 721 North LaSalle as well.
And then the gifts are sorted and packaged together, and then the case managers deliver those to each family that has been sent in a wish list. Am I right?
Yes, yes, that is correct.
A very, very organized, wonderful system that absolutely is the epitome of Christmas generosity in Chicago. It's wonderful. We're going to take a quick break here on The Voice of Charity, and when we return, we're going to continue our conversation with Emily Lewis and Judy Kendzior about the 74th Annual Celebration of Giving. Have an old bicycle that's not being used? Consider donating it to Catholic Charities Veterans Bike Project of Lake County. Skilled volunteers are refurbishing bicycles to make them safe and ready to be used by veterans to get to and from their new places of work. We also gratefully accept financial contributions that are used to purchase bike helmets and other safety accessories. Our veterans have faithfully served the United States, and now it is our privilege to serve them. For more information on the Veterans Bike Project of Lake County, call 847-782-4219. That's 847-782-4219.
I feel special. I feel great. I got good grades.
We've seen a huge surge in our kids now meeting or exceeding grade level. Come check us out. You may have never thought we were an option before.
In recent weeks, many people have reached out to Catholic Charities to ask what we are doing to help our Afghan brothers and sisters. They also ask how they can join us in our work. Current estimates suggest that 50,000 refugees are headed to our shores in the coming weeks. Based on a decade of experience in refugee resettlement, we predict that it will cost $50,000 to resettle a family of 4 for 6 months. This includes housing, food, clothing, and other urgent needs as they establish new lives in Chicago. As Jesus tells us, "Whatsoever you do for the least of my people, that you do unto me." Please assist us as we welcome the first 10 families. Visit CatholicCharities.net to donate to our special refugee resettlement appeal, or call 312-948-6087.
Welcome back to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann, and I'm delighted today to be here with Emily Lewis and Judy Kendzior, and we're talking about the 74th Annual Celebration of Giving, Catholic Charities gift gathering program to help people in need across Chicago and its suburbs. Judy, I've had the great pleasure of being on the show with you before. You and your family, your husband, your children, you're tremendously generous, giving people, and you've been involved with Catholic Charities for many years, and I know that Celebration of Giving is one of the programs that you're particularly dedicated to. Could you share a little bit with us about what you've done in the past to help this program and what you're doing this year?
Yes. So in the past, before COVID, we were able to go to a couple of toy stores, and we brought my family and some family friends, and we were able to purchase toys for programs. That was super fun because it's just a lot of togetherness and community. I've coordinated, as Emily knows, and Andrew, who runs the program too, there's a lot of logistics that goes on with Celebration of Giving. So I've tried to help a little bit with that, getting some storage for toys, things like that. But the amount of logistics that the staff does is amazing. And then actually, I'm involved in a few programs because I'm a part of the Family and Peer Support Services volunteers. So I'm able to kind of meet and find out what certain families may be in need of, or what would be a good idea that, maybe it isn't an absolute need, but it would sure be nice to have.
I know you go above and beyond for every family that you're involved with, Judy. You're incredibly generous, and we're so grateful for your dedication to the mission of Catholic Charities. I know for many people, partners in companies and neighbors and friends and families, being part of the Celebration of Giving kind of makes their Christmas. Can you share, Judy, a story or two about how you have felt like participating in the Celebration of Giving made Christmas for you and your family?
Yes, there was, my family works with the refugee program a lot, and we were able to meet a lot of the participants in the program and family members. And, we got to know the personalities of people and some of the children. So it was so much nicer when we were trying to pick gifts that we know so-and-so likes basketball. Let's, go in that direction, and let's go and get books on arts and crafts for a family. There was one set of girls that we just loved, the paper and crafts and things. And, I'll be honest with you, even when we shop now, we're like, oh, that would be such a good gift for somebody, in the refugee program, or that would be such a good gift for somebody who may be in Madonna House who's transitioning and they need that certain kind of backpack or bag. So for us, it's been just kind of extended family. And it's really nice to know that even a small bit can help, a family out a little bit. And I think we just all feel more connected to everyone. And I think, especially during COVID times when you feel a little more disconnect, this can really help you feel like you're connecting people and helping them not feel so isolated.
Well, and I can't help but feel that or think that when you and your family are there at your own home on Christmas morning and you're opening your own gifts, it must give you just great joy and great satisfaction to think of these gifts that you have gone out of your way to take the time to choose something really special for the families that you have been sponsoring.
Yes, that is very true. Yes.
Well, we're so amazed at your continued dedication to it, because I know that you have been doing this for many years, Judy, and we're just so very grateful. May I ask, what do you like best about participating in the Celebration of Giving?
There are so many things, and I will say the one thing I'm amazed by is the staff. Last year with COVID, it was like, oh my gosh, how are they going to do this? And just working with the staff at Catholic Charities and also the volunteers. I mean, there's a couple who are snowbirds who live in Florida who come in just to participate for our Celebration of Giving. So I think, just like I said, we've always had a sense of community at Catholic Charities, but now it's just so much more important to me, at least in our family, because we've all been sort of quarantined and isolated. But the thing that Catholic Charities reminds me is we are all a community, and we all, so I think I like the sense of community and just knowing that, I think we have more in common with our neighbors than we don't have in common with the people that we volunteer with and the clients we help. I mean, we all love our families and children, and we all want to do the best for them. So I think every year I always find it, a deeper understanding of that community.
Beautifully said, Judy. And Emily, I know that as Judy had mentioned, we've got some wonderful partnerships with people, with companies throughout Chicago and nationwide, so that people can purchase gifts really easily, either online or in stores. Can you share what some of those partners are?
Yeah, one of our local partners is Building Blocks, and that's a toy store that partners with us by, they help us create an online registry. They collect donations at the register, donate gifts directly to us. They really are a huge part of this program and always help us to meet the needs that we do have each year. We're also really thankful for the support of the parish St. Barnabas and Loyola University and BP, all these organizations and institutions. They have been with us over the years and been very reliable sources of gifts and support financially and with volunteers. So we're truly so grateful for them and everyone else that does participate.
And then who are some of our online partners that have been kind enough to accept the wish list that you upload and make it so easy for people just to go on and donate and then have that gift sent to the warehouse so that gift is ready to be distributed to somebody for Christmas? What are some of those online partners?
Those partners range across the board, and I have to say that's a very a very convenient option in the days that we're living in with COVID. So there's not one in particular I feel I could shout out, because I think that has been a huge, huge game changer, just with having to be mindful of social distancing or, not having as direct of contact. So it's the everyday person, but it's also organizations where everyone's working from home. So we have a large network of support in the online world as well.
And I just wanted to repeat for our audience, if you go to CatholicCharities.net/celebration, you can learn so much more about these online and in-store partners to make giving as easy as possible. We're going to take another break here on The Voice of Charity and continue our conversation about the celebration of giving.
Ancestry and genealogy are more important every day. People all over the world are wanting to learn more about their family heritage for personal and for health reasons. At Catholic Charities, we are hearing from adults who lived for a brief time at St. Vincent's Orphanage, the wonderful life-affirming agency that operated out of our headquarters for 91 years, serving thousands of women, children, and families until it closed in 1972. Our post-adoption services help adults who want to learn more about their experience at St. Vincent's. Our compassionate staff members provide whatever family background information they can offer, along with support and reunion services. To learn more, call 312-655-7093. That's 312-655-7093. The spirit of St. Vincent's lives on in the inspiring stories that continue to emerge today.
Welcome back.
Es fabuloso verlos.
Dobrze jest znowu być razem.
It's good to be together again.
After so many months apart, pandemic capacity limits have been lifted, and we want to welcome everyone back to church. We can all pray together again. And listen as our choirs lift their voices in song.
We've been together in spirit.
And now, when you are ready, our doors are open wide.
Nuestras puertas están abiertas de par en par.
Nasze drzwi są otwarte.
And we're here to welcome you back to Catholic Mass.
Catholic Charities Veterans Employment Services help veterans find and maintain employment through job readiness training, resume writing assistance, mock interviews, and job placement counseling. We work with a wide array of employers and community partners to help veterans reach their career goals. We owe a debt of gratitude to all of our veterans for the sacrifices they made to serve our nation. It is our privilege now to assist them. To learn more about Catholic Charities Veterans Employment Program in Cook County, call 773-808-2954. In Lake County, call 847-782-4219. You can also learn more at CatholicCharities.net. To all United States veterans, thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann, and I'm so fortunate today to be here with Emily Lewis, Volunteer Relations Project Manager at Catholic Charities, and Judy Kendzior, who is a Board of Advisors member, an incredibly generous person, giving of herself and she and her family to the celebration of giving. This year we're celebrating 74 years of providing Christmas cheer to families in need, and these are the two of the leaders making it happen this year. So again, ladies, thank you so much for being with us today. Emily, can you share with us what are some of the most popular gifts the kids ask for these days? Are hula hoops and jump ropes still among them?
In the past year and into this year, I think we're seeing the LOL dolls, anything Lego, and Baby Yoda. Those are the most popular that we've seen.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know you've shared with me that if people don't have the time to go to their parish or to their workplace and take a tag off a Christmas tree and buy an age-appropriate gift, if they're really strapped for time, gift cards, right, are a go-to wonderful thing to donate all day, every day, right?
Yes, we love getting gift cards. It's a very nice thing to add to a gift, whether, we notice something might not be the right sizing, or if the kid maybe in the family only got one toy, we can give them a gift card and they get to pick out what they want, which is really, really fun. So, Target, Walmart, anything that you can imagine getting for your children, or any stores that you shop at, that is really what we're looking for.
And Judy, you had mentioned earlier in the show the logistic challenge of putting the celebration of giving together. Can you and Emily each share a little bit about something you've done to help the audience appreciate, what those logistic challenges are?
Well, sometimes we get donations of a lot of toys early, and space is tight. So we've gotten a donor, a warehouse that would store the toys for us, and they would transport those toys, and then actually it's Pickens Cane. I'm going to give them a little shout out if that's okay, Emily. They're very generous people, and they would pick the toys up, store them for us, and then deliver them so we could pack them. And so that was a huge help, because you don't want to ever miss an opportunity to get a donation, but storage is always, as even in our own homes, a challenge. So that was just always great. And Pickens Cane has always been so generous and kind to the celebration of giving.
But it takes somebody like you to think of that option, Judy, and reach out and ask for their assistance. So we give you so much credit for always thinking forward and always, making connections happen so that this storage facility, that these gifts were able to be stored for that period of time. You're such a doer in that regard, Judy. How about you, Emily? What are some of the biggest challenges logistically for you?
Yeah, just being on the back end of things and the coordination early into August and September, we do see a lot of people outreaching to us right about now, which is amazing. And we're able to, every year we're able to match all our families with a family or a donor to provide them with their wish list. It's more so the toy shower where it's, the children that aren't assigned to a specific donor, towards, closer to December, we noticed that we're in need of toys. And so just that kind of time crunch that we have at the end, we have a week and a half, 2 weeks in the warehouse to get everything situated. And I think that, is the biggest challenge that I have really experienced.
Our live stream is showing some photos, current from most recent years, but also some of the photos back from the 50s and the 60s about this celebration of giving. What does it feel like, if I might ask both of you, what does it feel like to participate in something that's 74 years running strong in the city of Chicago? Emily, may I start with you?
Yeah, it's an amazing program to be a part of. Just at my time at Catholic Charities, I was very familiar with it before I was in this position, and to be a part of this and making this a big portion of my job, I feel really, really grateful. And I just have gained so much insight and understanding of the expansiveness of Catholic Charities, but also just seeing where the need is and knowing that we could continue to provide this ongoing support each year is such a beautiful thing.
And how about you, Judy?
I have to tell you, I did it as a child. I'm not 74, but my parents participated in this, and I think it's so exciting to see how nimble Catholic Charities has been with this program, where they, where there's the need, they adapt. And that it has just not just been going on for so many years, but that it's also just developed into, every year it just gets better. And, I will be honest, I think last year was probably the most challenging that many of us have seen, in our lives. And they just did it. The staff just did it. There was no question about whether this was going to happen. It was just how well it was going to be. And it was just outstanding. And, I'm proud to be associated with an organization like this. So,
well, I'm sorry, please go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm done.
Okay,
Sorry.
great. I can say on behalf of so many at Catholic Charities, it's because of leaders like you and Andrew McKernan that's why it happened last year, and that's why it's going so well again this year. And I also just wanted to give a shout out to all the corporations and the parishes that go out of their way to get teams together to make sure that certain number of Catholic Charities child programs get taken care of, or they take certain number of families and sponsor a family. Those things are so crucial and so helpful, and we invite you again to participate this year, but we hope you know how meaningful and important your contribution has been in the past. And again, like I said, we invite you to join this year and be part of the spirit of giving and the celebration of giving at Catholic Charities. I want to thank you, Emily and Judy, so much for being on the show today and reminding us what a fabulous program the celebration of giving is. We again invite everyone to visit catholiccharities.net/celebration to learn more about the 2021 celebration of giving, or call 312-655-7401 in Cook County and 847-782-4210 in Lake County. Or you can email us at cog@catholiccharities.net, and we'd be delighted to have your help. Together, we will make sure that thousands of children and families in Chicago have a Merry Christmas this year. We invite you again to join us again next week for another edition of The Voice of Charity. For now, this is Katie Bredemann, and we thank you all so much for tuning in and for believing in the mission of Catholic Charities.
Join us every Monday through Friday at this time for Catholic Chicago. You can stream our programs live or listen to past programs by visiting our website, archchicago.org, and clicking on Radio TV. And please connect with Catholic Chicago on social media.